Say a few words with regards to famous Rabbi David Ashkenazi, who was a chief rabbi in Algeria. I don't think we mentioned him before, so I came across him, just a few of his teachings just beforehand. So I thought, just before the Chag, we'll just say a mention about him. And he was a famous rabbi of his time, and a rabbi I believe we've mentioned about on several occasions before. He was actually born back in the year 1898, passed away in 1983. On the month of Cheshvan, I think the 8th of Cheshvan to be precise. So about, from time of recording, about nearly 3 weeks away is going to be his Hilula. So I thought I'll speak a bit about him now for a few minutes. He was a rabbi in Algeria, also part of France at that point in time. He was rabbi in Oran, and afterwards he'll become the chief rabbi, or maybe the last chief rabbi, if I'm not mistaken, of Algeria. So he was born in Oran. He would pass away at the end in Paris, in France. We've spoken about various rabbis that had prominent roles over there. And so there were two prominent positions. His rabbi was Rabbi Chaim Ibn Tubal, a really, really great rabbi. He was in his time. Hopefully we'll speak about him. His wife would, yes, that's very, very interesting. And I think his wife's name was Rabbinit Rachel Tubal, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll have to double check on that. And yeah, I'll have to double check on that one. And he would have great children, including Rabbi Yehuda Leon Ashkenazi. I think we also mentioned about him on a previous occasion, also inside the series. Let's saw a few of the highlights of the famous rabbi's life over here. So we've spoken about many Algerian rabbis. So we'll just say a word with regards to him. He was, just to speak about him, he was, I believe, the rabbi of Oran between 1930 to 1958, and the chief rabbi of Algeria between 1958 to 1962. So he was born in 1898 in Oran in Algeria, and he would learn under the great Kabbalist Rabbi Chaim Ibn Tubal, who was, yes, it's reported over, he would get married to his Rabbi Chaim Ibn Tubal's daughter Rachel, that will become his wife. Now, I think when he was 19 years of age, he would start learning Ivrit. It was at that point in time becoming very, very popular to learn that. And afterwards, for 3 years, I think he would form the Bet Sefer called the Gadil Yagdil Torah. I think a place we've spoken about on various occasions before, along, I think, with Yachadim Chotno. So I'd say where it says, Begil Chaise, Hechel Med Ivrit, V'shloshim Lacha Miken, Yisad et Bet Sefer Yagdil Torah, Yachad Im Chotno. That's what it says over here. But I think, come on, the year 1921, he would formed the Agudat Chevrat Eliyahu Hanavi. This was together with Rabbi Yehuda Banish, respectively, over there. And they would learn, I think, different Torah life cycle importances, including, I think, Brit Milah, circumcisions itself. Come on, 1926, he would be appointed as manager of the Talmud Torah of Chaf Yud Chet. I'm not sure what that stands for. It's maybe Kol Yisrael Chavirim, if I'm not mistaken. He would be, maybe that was a line school, but I have to double check on that. In 1928, he will form, I think, within regards to special requests, a yeshiva called Etz Chaim in Oran over there, and would learn, it will teach over there and learn Chazanut, the laws of kosher slaughter, shechita, Brit Milah once again, and also, once again, Ivrit. They will dive into languages also, if I'm not mistaken, and he will be appointed as a judge, a dayan, in the Bet Din of the great rabbis of Oran, along with another great rabbi we mentioned about on various occasions before, Harav David HaKohen Skali, very great rabbi of his time. So that's important. I think we actually recorded a video about the famous Skali rabbinic family, if you recollect, if you look at the previous videos we've recorded in that section. In 1930, he was about 33 years of age. He would start becoming, I think, the chief rabbi of Oran, a very prominent position. In 1956, he'll become part of the great Bet Din court, Jewish court of Algiers. 1958, he will progress further. I think it was after the passing of another great rabbi, Rabbi Moshe Eisenabet. He would be appointed the chief rabbi of Algeria, if I'm not mistaken, at that stage in time. I don't know if it was a universal chief rabbi figure or not for both Ashkenaz and Sephardim, but that's what's reported over. And 1962, I think, after there was independence in Algeria, many of the Jewish people would actually leave Algeria at that point in time, and they would move on to go to Paris in France. 1964, he'd print a Shelot Tshuva, question answers book of Rabbi Avram Moshe Fingerhot. I think he was another prominent rabbi in that point in time, and he would be appointed a rabbi of Algiers and a chief rabbi of Algeria also, and very, very interesting. So I think various different psakim of his would actually come out, if I'm not mistaken. and very well reported. Now, he passed away on the 8th of Cheshvan. It was back in the year 1983 in Jerusalem. And some people say they passed away in Paris, so that's not 100% confirmed. He was about 85 years of age when he passed away. Now, among his family of Rabbi Ashkenazi, he would get married to Rabbanit Rachel, the daughter of Rabbi Chaim ibn Tubal, who we said before. And he also mentioned before that, if I'm not mistaken, I think they would have 6 children, if I'm not mistaken. And I think their second son was a famous rabbi. I think he was born in the year 1922. His name was Rabbi Yehuda Leon Ashkenazi. He was also nicknamed, I think, the Menito, if I'm not mistaken, an educator, I think, in France and in Israel, respectively. He was Rabbi Leon Ashkenazi. Hopefully a rabbi will speak about in due course. Now, there were commemorations put in his memory. I think in 1979, there was a synagogue, the Beit Knesset synagogue, called the Heichal David in Ashdod, that was, I believe, named after him, interesting enough. So there was commemorations about him in Israel, which is very, very important to point out. So he was a great rabbi of his time. He had 6 children, as I said before, and was 85 years of age at the time he passed away. So it's always good to speak about French, Algerian rabbis. We've spoken about several in this series already, and he very much is another one that definitely is worthy to speak about here. And always a pleasure to speak about it. Now, friends, we're a community here. We're approaching, actually, at the moment, the festival of Sukkot. It's going to be Sukkot in just about an hour time here in Israel. The first day of Sukkot. So I hope everyone's already got their lulav, hadassim, aravot, and etrogim ready already, because it's a momentous Jewish festival. It's one of unity. We'll sleep in our sukkah. We will eat and drink in our sukkahs over here, all over the world, and really, hopefully, celebrate all together. And Bez Hashem, good to see good things. Now, friends, we're a community. We are nearing, at the moment, a staggering 7,500 subscribers on this channel, which is a phenomenal achievement. If you feel anyone is interested in watching any of these videos, friends, please share these videos also to other people and help grow the community. Now, also on this series, we don't just record videos about great rabbis. We also record videos on tours all over Israel. We try and tour, explore the different agricultural sites in Israel, the different archaeologies of Israel. We also record a series on this channel with a different great rabbi every single day, a great personality where they give a bit of wisdom over for Am Yisrael and really share over some wisdom which spills over. So that's another project we're working on. We do videos on the Parshat Shavua also, which we have to point out, and we record videos on various other importances also. So I think on that note, wish you all Chag Sameach. It's not Shabbat yet, but and good things, good times in Israel. And thank you very much for watching. Chag Sameach.